Hey, Big Brother family. Welcome back to the Secret Society of Superfans, your go-to for all things reality television in your current BB27 headquarters. I'm your host, Sarah Talks, and today we are diving into the wild, twisty premiere of Big Brother Season 27. We'll also talk about Sunday night's episode, and then we'll get into some live feeds, okay? But we will give a spoiler warning if you're not keeping up with the live feeds. We're saving all that for the end. But first, he is a BB TikToker that you all love with his new TikTok hit series, Big Brother Controversial Live Feeds. My friend and co host, Sammy. Hi, Sammy.
Hi, I am so excited to be back and talking Big Brother.
We're back. We're
We
back
are back.
with Rachel Riley. So, like, I'm still, I love being wrong. And I've been so like with my whole ass chest saying, guys,
Oh, same.
she's here for the plot. It's not happening. The feeds are going to kick on Sunday. We're going to realize in Sunday's episode she was murdered or kidnapped or it's
Yep.
part of the twist. There's no fucking way Rachel Riley's on our feeds. But lo and behold, I was
She
wrong and I
is.
love it. I love it. I am here for it. I've gotten zero shit done since they kicked on because Rachel
Yeah,
Riley's on live feeds. So
yeah, she's
it's
magical on them too.
magical. Like we'll get
Magical.
into it, but I'm just saying, like the BB fandom, I know that we can call her polarizing, but true super fans realizes how epic this is, and so
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I feel pretty good about the cast. I would say like remembering how I felt going into BB26 preseason about the cast. I this one like got me a little bit more amped. Um, I don't know if that bodes well because last season, BB preseason 26, I feel like I was like, meh, meh. And then the feed star was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, same.
So if
Same.
this season is like, oh, okay, then like, are we going to be meh, meh later? I don't know. Like, I don't know how that's going to bode.
Yeah, this is definitely the most eclectic class or eclectic cast they've had in a while, I feel like. Like I was telling my wife who's super not into any of this. You know those old memes about house hunters that were like, I'm a beekeeper and I'm unemployed and our budget for this house is $900,000. That's what this season gives me.
Yeah.
Dungeon
I
Master.
love that they're all broke.
Yeah, same. We've been needing broke people back in the Big Brother house for a while now.
Yes. And I say all, most, more than normal. We have more than normal people needing, and like very vocally saying they need this money and they are here to win that money. And that bodes well.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get into live feed things and how that contrasts, but like for this segment, we're going to talk about going into the episode. I do have to say, like, premiere night was the most surreal experience I've ever had. I went to Kat and Brooklyn's premiere party. Um, and I have to brag on her for a minute because I was actually on vacation so Kat and I talked like in DMs when the premiere date was set. And I just have to like, I'm sorry, I just have to give her
No,
flowers
I
just
want to
because
hear about
this
it.
is like behind the curtains of like what amazing, beautiful women they are. So I asked her, I was like, are you having another premiere party? Because she had one last year. And she said, yes, her and Brooklyn are planning one. She would send me deets. Details come out, but tickets weren't on sale yet. I'm on vacation when tickets go on sale. I wasn't super worried about it because of the venue size and everything. Selling out wasn't a thing to me because I just thought, I know it was in a movie theater. In hindsight, I should have thought about it. But anyway, we get home from
I get it.
vacation. I'm like, oh shit, I have to get my tickets. So I go on, they are sold out. And I was gutted. I was devastated, already making plans like, how am I going to what am I going to do premiere night? Should I have like go live? Should I like, what does Big Brother premiere night look for me now? About a week before, Kat reaches out to me. She reached out to me on Instagram and said, hey, I wanted to make sure you were able to get your ticket. And I felt terrible. And I told her, I was like, I'm so happy you sold out. Way to go. That's amazing. So excited for you. Unfortunately, I was on vacation. And so I wasn't able to get a ticket in time. And she goes, don't worry. I've got you. We've got a couple tickets set aside for you. I just want to make sure our OGs are taken care of. It was the most thoughtful thing ever. I was thrilled. My husband even said, like, "Oh, well, we got to go. Like, I will go.
Yeah,
That is so sweet of her."
of course.
So I'm fully anticipating, and happily so. I'm gonna walk in. I'll get my little wristband. I'm gonna be hugging a wall, and watching the premiere in this movie theater. When I walk in, Kat and Brooklyn spot me and wave, come hug me. And then Kat's boyfriend comes and hands me and Mr. Talks 2 VIP passes.
Damn.
So it wasn't just like the tickets that she set aside. She's like, no, like you're up here, like your family, like you're gonna. So she told me,
That's
she said, here's
incredible.
your passes. We have the first few rows. So when you go into the theater, those first few rows that say reserved, like we're in there. And I was like, okay. So I'm hugging her. I don't know anything because I've been getting ready this whole day. I don't know anything about, I haven't been paying attention to any other past house guest socials and what parties they're going to or whatever. But then I look and there's fucking Angela right there. Crazy eyes Angela in the flesh right in front of me. Oh, and then
Just all my
Quinn.
icons, just that's
And
cool.
then fucking Quinn just
Yeah, another
standing
one of
behind
my
her with
icons.
the coolest fucking getup I've ever seen. I saw
Of
Cliff, who
course.
I met Cliff at last year's premiere, and he's just a delight. Um, and he remembered me, and I was able to chat with him for a while. I was a little starstruck to approach Quinn. It wasn't until after the premiere that I even approached him. But getting to stand there and talk to Angela was a dream. We go into the theater, guys. It gets better. I'm sorry, this is a long, long story. I was not
I'm
anticipating
here
going
for
this long.
literally every second of it, and I have a lot of
We
thoughts.
go into the theater, and I sit. Mr. Talks has been at the bar for with Brooklyn's husband for approximately, I don't know, 40 minutes because the bar line is just not moving. They had
Yeah.
specialty cocktails named after everything. I got the married mother margarita. Um,
That is
but
incredible.
isn't it great?
Oh
Um,
my god, that is so
so all
good.
of the guests there. Oh, and Matt Klotz was there as well. With I believe it was his girlfriend. But so I go in. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go in. The show starts in 5 minutes. You got this. And so I left Mr. Talks, who was like in line with Brooklyn's husband. They were getting drinks. So I go to get us 2 seats, and I sit down, and then next to me, just plops down next to me, is Angela and her son. And that's when I realized I'm about to be watching the BB27 premiere with Angela, and Kat and Brooklyn are in the couch. It was like those couch
Yeah.
chairs, like right in front of me. Um, Mr. Talks comes in about 5 chairs down from him is Quinn. Matt is like on this side. Cliff is like right in front of me over here. It was surreal. I don't know that I could like. I had to watch the episode the next day because I just wasn't there. I
Yeah.
was.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It was
My
just
my soul would
what
have
is
also
happening.
left my body as well.
No,
Yeah.
yes, my soul definitely left my body for a long time. It was really cool that during the commercial breaks, they like Angela came up and did a Q&A, and then Cliff, and so everyone came up and did like a cool
So cool.
Q&A. Quinn made bricks for people, and they played trivia at the end, and people won these like custom bricks that he made.
My God,
Um,
my dream. So my dream date.
yeah, it was surreal. It was so cool. And then we all hung out. So as we're like hanging out in the lobby, and this is the last part, but so we're all hanging out in the lobby and just kind of chilling afterward. There's Maria, who I've met at the Bryson Wynn party, but Maria, one of my all-time Survivor favorites. There she is. Someone was talking to her. I didn't want to interrupt. And then they talked for like 30 minutes. I kept looking up to see if she was free yet, and she wasn't. And then she ended up leaving. So I didn't get to a chance to catch her. But yeah, Quinn, I did approach him. He is lovely. He is sweet. We are now mutuals. And anyway, like I told him, like,
Right
I
between
don't
us.
fangirl a whole lot because I kind of gotten numb to this stuff, but like he's been one of my day one favorites since last
Yes,
season. So
I
it, it
agree.
was it was
I
a dream.
I would also like fan out in that way for sure. I'm also so impressed by your ability to even like talk to these people because like I swear to God, I promise I'm so charming in person. But when it comes
You
to
are.
certain BB players, I like cannot speak, and Kat Dunn is one of them for me. So when I met her in
I think
Dallas,
you did great.
oh, girl, my picture with her, I can't even post
I
online
was
because my
also very
sweat
drunk.
stains were like, although it was like a crazy heat in Texas. Like,
It
I
was
mean, that was
insane. Yeah.
heat I haven't even, I'm from Michigan. Like, I haven't felt that kind of heat before. So, like, so also meeting them, I'm like literally dripping in sweat, like, just could not be more unapproachable than I was. So I'm really happy you had that experience. I'm so jealous, but I also know if I was there, I'd be like, yeah, hey guys, what's happening? And I'd be sweating.
You know, I think I've gotten really lucky that the people that are here local and they'll come to these events, like I can't say enough amazing things about Elena. I met her at Kat's premiere
Yes.
like they are just approachable. And
Yeah.
Kat and Brooklyn have gone out of their way to like treat me like a friend, not
Yeah.
like a fan. And I feel like that like eases my anxieties and my imposter
Yeah.
syndrome too. So
For sure.
Quinn was the same way. Watching Quinn and Angela, which say what you
My
want,
queen.
she
My
is
queen.
she's a gem. She is so sweet. She was so approachable. She was you know, her and Brooklyn had like the banter and everything, but it was so fun.
Yeah.
She looked beautiful.
It
Um,
was amazing.
and so like I feel like I've just gotten really good. Like I'm positive there are BB alums out there that feel like their shit doesn't stink and that they
Oh,
like
I'm sure. Yeah.
carry themselves a certain way around the fans that's less than approachable. I just been fortunate enough to not come into that yet.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
I
agree. I've
yeah,
also like never had a bad experience yet. With the former Big Brother house guests. I have but I will say, regardless of who the house guest is, I have such a at least baseline respect for anyone who can go in the Big Brother house because I feel like it's
yeah.
such a hard thing to go through. Um, so I just appreciate all the BB legends and icons out there.
I feel like if I'm putting myself in their shoes, that it's got to be really, really weird if they really think about it. And I hope they don't think about it too much because it just makes me seem crazier. But when someone like me meets them, I feel like I already know you. You have no idea who I am, but I feel like we're family at this point because I've spent
Yeah,
so many hours watching you on a camera like a stalker.
that's a good
It's
point.
really weird when you think about
Little
it.
boys have kind of the upper hand there, huh?
Like I know, you know, your habits, like how you brush your teeth in the morning or like what you tend to do first thing in the morning. Like I know these things about you and you don't know jack about me and that's got to be very weird and I hope that they don't think too hard about that when they meet live feeders like me because
I mean, if I'm gonna go into the Big Brother house ever again, I'm definitely gonna think about that. That's like
but
all I'm gonna
all
think
that
about.
to say, let's segment into these like little hamsters that we're going to be watching in this human ant farm.
Heck yeah.
That we're going to be getting to know like crazy over the next 90 days. Did they confirm? Do we know how many days it is? I always say 90
82
days out of
days.
habit. 80, yeah, 82.
Yep.
So I'm going to pull up the graphic because I know that like our listeners are probably still getting used to who is what, and you aren't in the feeds. You might not know these people yet. I want to start. We'll go from left to right.
Okay.
Give me your thoughts on Lauren.
So
Lauren, she
initial
is a 22-year-old bridal consultant. She's a baby.
from California, right?
She is from, oh, I lost my spot. From Louisiana.
Oh,
Remember,
really?
she's a sweet Southern belle.
She doesn't live in California now. I don't know why I thought that.
Um, I don't have that. I don't, oh, I can check the BB Bible. But yeah, I'm showing that she's from
No problem.
Louisiana.
Um, yeah. So initial thoughts, like pre-episode. Um, I like that she's a super fan. I kind of always instinctively root for super fans. But I do worry about her age. Um, that's really young for the Big Brother house. Was she like
Very young.
22? Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, pre first episode, I had a good feeling that she was gonna do okay, but I think the biggest obstacle is gonna be her age. And that's before seeing her on screen and before feeds and stuff like that.
Before feeds, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Initial reactions was she's a baby.
Yep.
She's very young. She seems very sweet. I hope that this sweetness, I remember thinking, like, I hope she's not like a live feed mean girl. I do get a little, with the
Yeah.
young girls, especially. She said something in her preseason interviews that I was like, oh, where she was talking about the things that she's most excited for. And the first thing she brought up was finding the love of her life potentially.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that was before. It was like an afternoon. It was like winning the money would be great too if that happened at the same time, but like her big emphasis was on like finding the love of her life. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Love Island already wrapped up.
Right. Right. So yeah, I remember but Allie is the one that drafted her.
Yeah.
So she is on Allie's draft. Moving on to Amy. Amy is 43, an insurance agent from Stockton, California. She is a mom, a people person, and plans to win with charm and intuition. I remember feeling away about Amy.
I felt like she was first boot.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I still stand by it.
I mean, I did feel like potential first boot for sure. Like that she was one of the ones that stood out as a potential first boot. I remember her intro package reminded me of some other Mom Central people that we've had in the house recently, and I was thinking, okay, well, there might be something that might lower her threat level where she's able to integrate herself in a little bit more. But from the premiere, not preseason, but from the premiere, I was like, oh, we already have DRs talking about her being annoying, so that doesn't bode well if they're giving us these DRs because, of course we didn't have 6 fucking day of feeds.
It's fine.
So
Okay,
I was reading everything into the DRs on the first episode because I was like, what messages are they trying to convey? Because from all the shit that we missed.
Yeah. She just gave me first boot vibes. She
Allie
like
also got Amy.
What's that?
Allie almost got Allie also got Amy. That's a lot of fucking A's.
That's a lot of A's. Yeah, I mean, just with preseason stuff, I just wasn't impressed. I think she's gonna be fun. Like I like watching her on feeds, and we'll get to that. But other than that, yeah, first boot vibes. Doesn't seem to have any real strategy going in. I kind of thought she was gonna annoy her way out of the house.
Yeah,
like it just happens. Sometimes the first boot is because of like just not. Sometimes
I feel like we've seen a shift though, and it's something to take note for future seasons because if you watch all these seasons, those people typically go out early, except for in recent seasons. In recent seasons, those big personalities, the annoying personalities, have been kept around longer because of that. So it's kind of having an opposite effect now. I don't know. Maybe it's a strategy to go in real big and then dial yourself back.
Well, I think it's also important to note that there's a old school BB energy in the house that I think is a kind of changing a little bit of how like people are structuring themselves, and we'll get more on that in like the live feed section of this. But just for generalization, yeah, I always saw Amy as the first boot.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on to Will, Captain Will, Clifton Will Williams. He is 50, a college sports podcaster covering women's basketball from Charlotte. I really like him. I like his energy. I liked him from the get. I didn't see winner vibe, but I also saw like he'll be kept around a while vibe.
Yeah.
Sure. This typical archetype at least makes it to jury. So Um, what were your what were Allie also is this Allie's row?
I
No,
guess
it's not.
like
Okay.
yeah, and again, once we dive deeper into this, I can elaborate a little bit more. But I actually think Will was who I'm the most wrong about preseason because preseason I kind of wrote him off. I was like, he's gonna be,
Mm,
he's gonna make a great fourth or fifth place, um, a great permapon, things like that. Um, but I do regret thinking that because I do, even
yeah.
from the premiere, the way he presented himself was a little bit different than I expected him to.
Hmm.
Um, and the way he moves is different than I expected. So going in, I wasn't very impressed, but I actually do think I was wrong.
Um, yeah, I immediately I mean I liked his preseason, but from the first episode, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I like him. He caught my attention even more with the first episode with
It's like
the
a
premiere.
really, I have like certain pre-season red flags.
Hmm.
And one of them is someone who gets on the pre-interviews and is like, a no boo-hooing, like no crying, like that.
Yeah.
That always, I always feel like that person ends up being the one that's like really emotional and like, things like that. So my judgment of him was really like every single time that there's that attitude, it
Mm.
like doesn't go well in the house. But I actually don't think he's went into the house with that full attitude. I think he's like
Yeah,
a
I
lot more
actually
laid
forgot
back
that
in the
part of his
conversation.
like little interview. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
I agree. I can see that now.
yeah,
Next up we have Keanu, the 33-year-old dungeon master, which Mickey found out is not a sex thing.
yeah. That was
Um,
so funny.
he's also a
Oh,
personal trainer from my town of McKinney, Texas. McKinney
oh,
is like right here. Actually, Sammy, where we had the watch party last year, McKinney's the next town over, like
okay,
literally
got
the
it.
next city over. Um, he is theatrical. He's ready to stir the pot. I was drawn to him immediately. My first instinct was like, I really like him. I love a jockey nerd.
Oh, me
I
too. It's like my favorite archetype.
oh so like my husband when I met him, I wouldn't call him jockey, but he was a big cowboy, like a big like rustic
Yeah,
cowboy, hard around the edges. And then turns out he was a secret nerd who knew everything there was to know about Star Wars. And I was like,
yeah,
oh, I'm gonna marry this man.
perfect.
And that was it. So yeah, I love like a manly man with a nerdy side.
Same.
I love nerds, period. But
Yeah,
but I was drawn to him immediately, and the fact that he's a dungeon master, I've played D&D. I know D&D. I know the creativity and the entertainment value that someone who, especially leading these games, needs. Um, and so knowing what I know from especially like the religious D&D players that I know, like I'm just expecting entertainment from him. So
for sure. For
he
sure.
didn't get a lot of airtime in the premiere. We didn't see a whole lot from him, but we'll get more into him at feeds.
Yeah,
What was your first gut?
the same. I mean, the exact same, almost identical. Like I immediately liked him. I thought he was really personable. And having interests that broad made me think that he would be adaptable as well. Of course, we will do a deep dive on Keanu later.
Keanu was my first draft pick.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Um,
he was my very first one. I mean, I didn't get first pick, or it would have been Ashley, but
yeah, I can't wait to
uh,
talk about that more, actually.
we're coming up on Ashley. But yeah, I got second pick or third. I don't know. I think it was second. But anyway, I got Keanu. He was my first pick. Um, and then up next we have Morgan. Abigail
What does she
actually drafted
do?
Morgan
Wait, what
first,
does
huh?
she do as a job? Does Morgan have a what does Morgan do as a job? I can't
I
remember.
don't think
It's
she's
crazy.
mentioned it.
Oh my
It's
god,
been,
it's
I
like on
think
the tip
she's
of my
keeping it
tongue.
tight-lipped.
Oh my god, what was it? It's something really
It's
strategic that people would be really afraid of if they knew.
Yeah, like it's a big high threat level, but it's not a lawyer.
You
or
remember when
cop.
Derek was like an undercover cop and like that was
Yeah,
the
it's
hobby of
that
hockey?
level.
It's like that level. Yeah. God, I
Oh,
can't
I
remember.
see here. Yeah, she's a fucking gamer. And if you can't tell, Sammy and I are being extremely sarcastic because I'm pretty sure it was like take a shot every time Morgan says she's a gamer. Um, this cast gets a lot of take a shot games we'll get into, but
Yeah.
um, but Morgan is a 33-year-old gamer. Um, she wanted to keep the gamer thing a secret. We heard it in her preseason interview. We heard it in her like intro package in the premiere, and then we
And
also
the
heard it in
games.
every DR that she's had ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. She's cute. She's a Division 1 athlete. She is a Big Brother fan. She wouldn't consider herself a super fan, but her mom is an all-time long-standing fan. Um, I I I felt really good about her preseason. Um, Even in the first episode, I was like, okay, they could have edited a couple of these out. I get it that she's just saying this and that whatever, production
Yeah.
being production. I don't blame her for saying it 50 times. I blame Ed
Right.
Production for putting it in 50 times.
It was weird
Um,
editing. It
it
really
was
was.
very weird. But I liked her preseason. Abigail drafted her.
Okay, so outside of the draft I do with you guys, I have a fantasy league that's like worth money.
Okay.
And I really struggled with whether or not I was going to use Morgan in either of these leagues because I think the gamer thing's ridiculous. I think it kind of seems a little immature. But you can tell she's very competitive. She was one of the only people that like wants to win comps like in her interview. Like she said she'd throw a couple, but at the end of the day, she's gonna be like trying to win comps, which I'm always looking for. Um I just my biggest hang up with Morgan preseason was that I couldn't tell how much of it was a personality she was trying to put on and how much of it is her. Because like she's so
Okay.
over the top about the gamer thing that I'm like, okay, but I need to know, like, do you legitimately think that these are transferable skills, or is it just like
You
a
know,
generalization? Like, oh, I
but
like
like,
strategy games and Big Brother is a strategy game, or do you literally think her example was strategy used in Battle Royale? And I just don't think that's transferable.
Battle Royale, as in like, isn't that Fortnite?
Fortnite. Or
Oh,
it can also be
okay.
considered like Call of Duty, any kind of like first person shooter like type games.
Got it. For all those infamous Big Brother sniper competitions we have. Um, or let's not forget about the OTEV where they're all going to have to compete in Fortnite dances.
Yeah, I just can't get a good read on her
Maybe
preseason.
she saw the pressure cooker and was like, I can hold a button for wicked long.
Oh my god. Wow, that is so real. Yeah, so anyways, what I decided to do was get Morgan for my fantasy league and then not draft her
Okay.
for our league.
Got it. Okay. I mean, I feel like she's gonna do it. All jokes aside, I feel like she's. I feel we'll get into it, but I feel like
Mhm.
she's gonna be fine.
She's gonna be
Um,
great in sixth place. It's fine.
yeah. Then we move on to Ashley, the one where many a fuck you was going in the group chat. Sammy got first pick. Sammy drafted Ashley, and we were all mad about it. We all
Yeah.
wanted to fight. Ashley, this is Hannah Chada's friend. Um, she's 25. She is in legal. Is she a lawyer? For sure, a lawyer? Or is she in legal?
She's a
She's
lawyer.
in law. Okay.
She's an
Um,
attorney.
she said she's been watching for years since she was very, very little, ready to get blood on her hands. She said she's born to be a competitor. Background in pageantry, our pageant queens we love historically in the Big Brother house. Track, dance, and are all strengths that she has. Says she's strategic. She won't be winning comps in the beginning, but she'll rely on her social at first and then win when she has to. I felt really good about her and her strategy and her energy going into it preseason. I also felt good about her in the premiere.
Hmm.
She was worth fighting for.
I regret drafting that.
I mean, I'm trying not
It's
to
not
spoil things.
well. It has nothing to do with like the premiere or anything.
Mm,
So preseason stuff. Ashley, when I was watching preseason interviews, I don't know why, but my gut instinct was like not Ashley, which was annoying because
hmm,
on paper, she like checks all the boxes that I would look for, but like
yeah,
it like kept like kind of gnawing at me, and I was like, but why not
understandable.
Ashley? Like that doesn't make sense to me, you know. Um, and every she's a huge like preseason like winner pick for a lot of people, and so I picked her for our draft because I was like, I'm just gonna have to go against my gut here. Like everyone else is
Yeah.
seeing like something, um, and but it was one of those things that the second we finished the draft picks, I was like, it just doesn't feel right in my gut. I don't know what.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I think I
it
still
felt
feel like
forced.
she was
It felt
worth
like a
fighting
forced pick.
for. I still feel like she's worth fighting for. And we'll get into more of that later. Um, but yeah, I know Big Brother is live. And when I say this, I know this is exclusively to like a survivor situation. But for some reason, her intro package gave winner edit.
Yeah,
And
I
I
get
know
that.
that that's a
Yeah,
term that we use a lot in Survivor, but it just did. So that's where I went with my gut. I am very excited about our next house guest. We're going to
I'm
keep this
hoping I'm
moving and
wrong.
move on to Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
You know what? There's something about Jimmy that spoke to me initially. I saw his preseason interviews. He is a 25-year-old AI consultant. He's very tight lipped about his job. Good energy, big personality. He is a BB fan. He has a strategy background. He says that he has a strong sense of self awareness. This is all in his preseason stuff. Says he wants to make good TV. And I will say this, Jimmy is probably the only person who didn't outright lie to us about something in his preseason interviews.
Literally.
Because I feel like everything, without spoiling anything, everything Jimmy said in his preseason interview is holding up to a T.
100%. He's playing exactly as I thought he'd be playing due to his like preseason for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unsurprised, and I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be a
I
fun season.
I love him. I got really scared about first boot energy. I got really scared
Yeah,
about like too big, too loud, gonna go fast.
I think that.
So I did not fight for him. Actually, who ended up getting him? Allie
Yeah,
got him. That's Allie's last pick. Yeah. Not her last pick. I don't know that he was her last. Maybe. I don't know what order I don't have the order
yeah. I
yet
don't
in
remember.
front of me. I just have the draft graphic. But I know that we all were skirting around. There was a few picks rounds in before anybody touched him. So um, but I love him for us. And I love him for the feeds. And I love him for this season, especially a Rachel Riley season. So
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, it's just it's
production knew what they were doing.
exactly. Yeah, it's just a rite of passage.
Yeah.
um, yeah. I mean, Jimmy was on the very bottom of my list. He was in like my bottom three. I'm excited about him, and I love his energy. But when it comes to like winner energy, like I don't think he's winning. Big Brother 27. That's just me. And we'll get into that a little bit more. But even
Yeah.
preseason, I don't. I think maybe if this were season 11, season 12, 13, I don't think he's going to win maybe 27.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into where are they currently stand with the feeds.
Right, right.
The next one up is Riley. Riley is the only cast member to have some preseason drama. We had some rumors spreading about some baby mama drama online before preseason. His social media was privated with like a very, I don't know what the quote was, but it was like blessed, not stressed with cross signs. And I feel like that stuff can be pretty triggering for people because of the archetypes we've gotten with those bios in the past. And so, yeah, I had some red flags. I definitely had some red flags for him. Preseason on premiere, when we got to see him with his family and everything, my heart walls softened a little bit, and I was like, okay, maybe he is just genuinely a nice guy. Could be wrong, but I've been fooled before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like he was more of a caricature in his preseason interviews, and it was kind of dialed back for the premiere. So I felt that to be a little bit more promising.
Yeah, he was at the bottom of my list preseason. Mostly because I don't see him having a strategic mindset. He seems more like you win comp win good. Then you don't.
Yeah.
Like that
Oh,
was
I
really
didn't say anything about his bio. Yeah, he's a 27-year-old professional bull rider, which baby mom is calling bullshit on that, by the way.
That's
Yeah,
like fame to fame here.
yeah. She's had a lot to say about his career. But that feels so blessed. He said he is a BB super fan. His strategy is being cool, calm, and collected, and wants to surround himself with people going in fully as himself, no lies. But his weakness is pretty women that bullshit him.
I mean, honestly, same. It's like relatable. I mean, it's like the
Yeah.
only thing we have in common.
It maybe like his yeah. I mean, self-awareness seems to be a strength.
Yeah. Anyway.
I can appreciate that he went about it. Moving on though, to a girl that caught my attention. Oh, you ended up with Riley, by the way. I think he was default
Yeah,
very last.
I was stuck with him.
Moving on to Ava, who is an aura painter.
Obsessed with Ava.
Aura painter. Everything she said in her preseason package and her intro package had me foaming at the mouth. She said that she is a BB fan. She will win because she needs the money the most, which is
Heck
top
yeah.
10. Like that's just top tier, A+ answer. She is emotional, but she's known for not taking crap. Very much that New Yorker mentality. Where when we hear emotional in a woman saying it, you're thinking she's going to be DR crier. Ava's trying to tell us, no, I'm going to
Like the house
rip
on
some
fire.
throats.
Yeah.
Yes. She wants to hide the fact that she is an aura reader, which, by the way, anytime she drops someone's aura colors on the feeds, I've been adding those to the BB Bible. Currently, we just know Zach is a light blue.
Oh my god, that is
not Zach, Zay. So when she gives us any kind of aura reads on the feeds, we're going to be adding them.
Absolutely.
But she said that she's a big fan. Her little brother Nolan is a super fan who does all the fantasy leagues. She says little brother, but it sounds like he's grown. So shout out to Nolan. If Nolan ever wants to come on the pod and talk about his sister in the house, we would love to have him.
That'd be so fun.
It would be fun. So she loves Big Brother because it gaps generations. And her favorite moment was when Taylor Hale won.
Heck yeah.
It's one of my favorite moments. So yeah, she checked all the boxes for me. I love someone that's like, I don't care if I'm going to stab you in the back. I'm here to win my money, not yours. Like that's the mentality I want you to go in with. I don't have any reason to not believe that she won't play like that. But again, we know like what they feed us preseason isn't necessarily the hand that they're dealt when they go in.
Right.
Um, but I love her.
Oh, I love
Abigail ended up
her.
with her.
I don't know that she'll ever have power in the game. Um,
Hmm.
I don't see her winning thus far, but I'm obsessed with her.
Hmm.
Um, I 100% believe that she sees people's auras. Um, I believe that one look at her and you can tell she reads people's
Yeah.
auras. But you know what I'm most excited about with Ava is that once in a blue moon, I will do like skit comedy for TikTok. And I
You're so
used
good
to
at it
be
too.
a professional balloon twister. So I am so excited to make giant elaborate hats for when I do skits about Ava. Loving
I
affectionate skits, not mean hateful ones.
No, your skits are incredible.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited for these. Um, I know I was trying to come up with a name to like plug your skits, but I decided to go with the BB controversial live feeds.
I actually thought of doing live feed recaps as skits, like once a day.
That would be fun.
Um, I've thought about
That
it,
is,
but
and I'm
anyway,
sorry, that's a talent in itself because I film maybe 2 skit videos a year, and it's why I wouldn't last on Big Brother and why I wouldn't last
yeah,
on Love Island. And it's a lot of work.
it is.
There's a reason I don't do them. I wish I could do them. I wish I had the time and the effort to do them because they do so well. Um,
Sometimes, I mean, it gets really annoying though when you work like really hard on one that bombs,
yeah.
and you're like, oh man, there were like costume changes, scripts, like.
Yeah.
So that's the one downfall is that like when they bomb, it's like rats, like
Yeah.
much different than
That's
when I'm
like
just
5 hours of my life. I'll never get
right,
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay, cool. But yeah, that's Ava. Ava to
uh,
me is team fun feeds for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are moving on to Catherine. She is a 23-year-old, another baby, 23-year-old dining server. She says she's good at twisting stories, wants to prove herself that she can do something like this. Strategy is to be everyone's friend. Thinks people underestimate her weakness is that she is too trusting. But she's going to be pretty honest about who she is. She is open to a showmance, but it's not something she's looking for. She says she is a fan of the show, but not a super fan. She's seen a few seasons in the last year and a half. This tells me recruit who binged a couple seasons.
Yeah, definitely got that vibe as well. However, I actually did put her in my fantasy league. Um
Oh,
and my reasoning is I think she's going to be a good at comps. I think she's going to be one of those people that plays quiet and shy for the first like 2 or 3 weeks and then suddenly starts winning. The Nicole Franzel, if you really, if you will, where
yeah,
it's like, look, I'm just a little doe. Like, don't even
I
like
could see
worry
that.
about me. I think she's gonna play up like an innocence factor. These are all my preseason ideas, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. With her, it was like a gut feeling kind of situation. Like I passed on
Yeah.
MJ last season. Um, so this season I was like, I'm gonna grab Catherine this time.
She is giving the MJ vibes for sure. You did get
Yeah,
her in the draft this time.
yeah,
Moving on to Zach. There's a Zach for every season. Every
yeah.
season we have a Zach. Zach, I'm pretty sure our first initial reactions, we were all in agreement that in about 3 weeks' time, we would see him on TikTok doing dances with Matt. Um, I feel like that's the vibe that we all walked away from. He's a 27-year-old marketing manager. He said it's been a dream to be on the show. He is a newer fan. Tells me recruit who just
Yeah,
watched a couple
he's for
seasons.
sure a recruit. Yeah.
Yeah. And even more so recruit from what we could tell from feeds and some of the questions that he brings up. He said he had a really sheltered upbringing, but he liked Tucker from last season. His BB bucket list is to win HOH. So, like, big dreams there, Zach. Has pet peeves, a lot of them. So, he's going to try to stay even keeled. Biggest red flag, he said he really liked Devin. And when Devin called out Pow Pow,
Oh my god, I didn't know that. I
So
didn't know
sorry.
that.
I
Dude, I
just,
put him on my fantasy league. I didn't know he said that. Sprite
yeah,
literally came out of my nose, by the way.
yeah. I feel
I think
like
he's gonna
he
win.
just looked up well-known guys from Big Brother and was like, "Ooh, Devin, this guy looks like The
Yeah,
Rock."
yeah,
And
yeah,
then found a clip somewhere and he's like, "I really liked when Devin called out Pow Pow." And like,
yeah. No, no.
yeah.
Um, I, I, I believe in this cast there are two people who are most likely to win, and I do believe that Zach is one of them. I do
Most likely to what?
win.
Win like the whole show?
Yes,
Mm.
I do. Yeah.
I mean, recruits have historically not done terrible. There is a
No.
sense of a benefit to going into the show not knowing. I recommend no one go into the show not knowing anything,
Right.
but there is a benefit of non-super fans playing because as super fans, we go in and we overthink and we're just thinking through every single possibility
Exactly.
and we know all the upcoming twists and we make our decisions based on trying to expect the unexpected versus someone who doesn't have that fear and hasn't seen what the show can do. It can make you a little bit more even keeled in the game.
I'll give my full
Uh,
justification when we talk about live feeds.
Okay, let's move
Um,
on then.
but I did have that feeling preseason as well.
Okay. Then we have Vince. Vince, I was all in preseason. There was one
Same.
question he was asked, one question when, what are you bringing to the Big Brother house? And his answer was my best. I was like, I'm sold. He's unapologetically unemployed, living with his parents. He said he's a master of none, but good at a lot of things, which has always boded well on this show. He said he's social enough to make connections while athletic enough if he needs to be. His strengths are empathy and self awareness. Been waiting a long time for this chance. He's been a live feeder since 18, watching since BB 16. By the way, I do call bullshit on the live feeder aspect just for some live
Oh,
feed
we are
reasons.
gonna. Yeah, we.
Yeah,
There's so much to
but
talk about with Vin.
I do believe him and that he's a fan of the show. I do believe he's trying to bring his best to the game, and I still stand by really liking him. Abigail ended up with Vince.
So Vince is on my fantasy league. He was my winner pick.
Oh,
Yeah. He gave me Turner vibes. I was like
mm,
really like thought that preseason wise he had the best strategic mindset. And that's all I'm gonna say about Vince right now.
okay. Moving on to Kelly. Kelly is one of those ones we are going to keep very, very brief until we get to the live feeds. I drafted Kelly. She is a web designer, 29 from Burbank, South Dakota. She's a farm kid and has farm kid grit. She is well traveled. She's been to 42 countries. Get this girl on Destination X or Amazing Race.
Literally. Yep.
Can't wait to see how she competes in a physical competition. But her weakness, she says, is competitions. It will be competitions, and she's very clumsy. But she wants to be everyone's hype woman. That she's only seen a couple seasons. She wants to lay very low, and in that her superpower is that she embraces and adapts. Kelly was such a cutie patootie, sweetheart, sugar plum that I wanted just to pick up off my screen and stick in my pocket. So that's why I got her in the draft because I just loved her energy as far as like, I just want to hug you, you little cutie patootie, you. But that's all I can say at this point.
Yep, I'm gonna keep this really short and sweet. Preseason, I had Kelly as like the number one, like last on my list of people I wanted. My opinion has definitely changed, and I have a lot to say about Kelly in future segments of this.
Yeah.
So,
This is definitely not under an hour episode, but we're vibing.
yeah,
It's a great episode.
there we go. Keep it
If
moving.
you're still with us, we really appreciate you. Please stick with us. We promise we will keep these future episodes under an hour. We just have a lot to cover,
Yeah,
and then
there's
we will
just
get
a
to you. I
lot
promise.
to go over.
Yeah. There's a lot to cover. I promise we're going to make it worth it. So just please stick with us. Next we have Mickey, who I loved
Well,
preseason,
yeah,
loved everything about her. She is the other one of two people on this cast who has delivered exactly who I think she is. She
yep,
dominates in a city full of men. She's talent for being charming. She just has bad bitch energy all over.
yep.
She's 35 and an event curator. Love that she's 35. She says she's definitely not going to be in a showmance. Um, she loves the right reasons. Like I loved her reasons for loving the show. That's real. It's raw. She's gonna bring a lot of energy and charm. Um, she says she's not here to find anything but the money. Um, she said that is she a hero or villain? They kept asking, "Oh, would you consider yourself a hero or villain?" That was a repetitive question, but she said, "It depends on how you look at me." And I love that answer because you're right.
Mhm.
That is all really subjective in the Big Brother house.
For sure.
She is a fan, not considered a super fan, but has become a fan over the past few years. She's been watching since season 24. She was inspired by the cookout. So love that. Love that the cookout has inspired, new people and drawn new people to the show because it did make national headlines. It
Heck
made
yeah.
reality television history. So we did, get new fans from that. But I loved her. I got her. She's on my team, and I love that for me.
Yeah, I have nothing but positive vibes for Mickey preseason and now. Um, yeah, I don't
Okay,
know. She's just yeah. I feel like you kind
she's
of
a badass.
summarized it perfectly.
Moving on to Adrian. Adrian's a 23-year-old carpenter from San Antonio. He is a Big Brother super fan. His intro, his preseason was a lot.
Yes.
The man's got a wall comp in his backyard. Did you know this? I don't think, did he mention
Yes,
it?
I
Okay.
did, and
Did
that's
you
like
catch
my
that?
dream. Yeah, that's like my literal dream.
He may have watched it once or twice.
Yeah, I Adrian Adrian's prep for Big Brother is so much like me. Like I
Slept on the
absolutely,
floor,
yeah,
was
like
eating
I do
slop.
all of
As
yeah,
someone who spent a week on slop and doing cold showers and digestive system about put me 6 feet under the ground, I have mad respect.
yeah,
Um, that's that's amazing dedication. I love that. I will always, I know his preseason was a lot. I know he droned on for a long time. I can relate. Um, I know how annoying that is, guys. I am self-aware in that I do that. Um, However, I will always have a very special place in my heart for super fans.
same.
People said Quinn was a lot going in
Yeah,
preseason,
I
and
thought was like not even true.
yeah, exactly.
Like I didn't think he was like even that big of a threat.
Exactly. People on Twitter were like hating on Quinn too, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Because I feel like he delivered. And so I
Yeah,
feel the
I
same
agree.
way about Adrian. I really liked Adrian. You ended up getting Adrian
Yes,
on your
I'm very
draft.
happy with that. Yep.
I would be too. Um, so yeah, moving on, very last but not least is Zay. Zay, I no, I shouldn't say that. Zay, he is a 23-year-old salesman from Utah. He wants to be the hero, no showmances, seems to care what audience thinks of him a lot, is one of my
Mhm.
notes. He says he planning on being a comp beast. His interview was very short, very short. We didn't get a whole
He
lot
had
of
much to
preseason from
say.
him. And the fact that we got such a short preseason interview from him, and the fact that they hardly showed him at all the first episode is what made me think he was the accomplice.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I could see that. Yeah, I don't know. Zay is like some Mormon dude. I mean, look, it's hard with the preseason. It's hard with preseason comp beasts because look, we thought Matt Hartman was going to be a comp beast, and he lost like the first AI arena. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm reluctant to say that Zay is going to be a comp beast, though it sounds like everyone is assuming that he's inherently going to be that. Um, but I didn't really have many preseason's opinions about him because I don't think he has many preseason opinions.
That, yeah.
Like,
He didn't give us much.
yeah, I mean, what am I looking
Which
for
is
here?
why I thought he was the accomplice. But here
Yeah.
we are. So basically, just to quickly recap, because if you are with us and you're watching, you watch the premiere, you watch these episodes,
Mhm.
you know what happened. We saw the competitions. I feel like 3 competitions on a premiere night is a fucking lot.
It is a lot.
Um,
Yeah.
I hate splitting up the HOH comps. I hate like an elimination HOH. Just let everyone compete for
Yeah,
HOH in
I
one
agree.
competition together. Um, I think that we did like a find Julie, which by the way, shout out to Julie. I think this is the very first time. It is the very first time Julie's ever been in a competition before, so that was fun
It
to
was
actually
nice to
see
see
her
her
on set.
actually involved with Big Brother. You know what I mean? Like I
Exactly.
always get
Yes.
jealous during Survivor season when Jeff Probst is doing everything but sleeping in a tent next to these like
Yeah.
Islanders, and Julie can't even be bothered to be at like the same camera with them half the time.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. So seeing Julie like in the comp, that was really fun. I love like the first meme we got of the Big Brother season was probably the most iconic meme ever. But it was Zach opening the door and Julie's like this, and it's like when you open an unlocked porta potty at the
yes,
when you forget to lock the
yes,
porta potties at a concert, and like
so good,
the way I cackled like
so
for the
good.
longest time. I mean,
Yeah,
you would have thought somebody put Jet 2 Holiday audio on it the way I was laughing so hard. But then we did the destroy the layer. Um, Finding the relic, by the way, was the most boring comp for live.
I
Like
didn't
it
understand why
wasn't
they
live,
did
I get
things
it,
like
but like
that.
that was so
I
boring
don't
and
know why they
drawn
did
out.
things like that. I mean, I like that it's like
Um,
super equitable, like anyone could have won it, but like
yeah,
it was
I
boring.
will say that we had 3 equitable comps.
Yes.
They were 3 basically mental comps.
Yeah.
Because while there was
And that's
still
fine.
a tad bit of speed and running element, for the most part, they were mental. They can
Yeah.
keep that up. Um, we did get a lot more comp equity last season, and I feel like they got their kudos for that. I'm
Heck yeah.
still waiting on them to give me more reindeer games competitions. Let
Right.
them eat a
Those are the
smoothie and tell me what's in it.
yeah.
Like, give me a crapshoot.
Yes. Yes.
I need that. But so then we find out about this accomplice, and there is the 17th house guest is in fact not someone else being introduced. Rachel comes into the house, and I guess the accomplice unlocked the painting that she came in through. I'm sorry, Riley is added to the game. I skipped that part. I feel like we all knew that part for the longest time before they ever
Yeah.
announced it. Like it was, I think even in the theater too, like on a commercial break, Kat was like, "Who do we think the secret house guest is?" And like literally everyone screamed Rachel. Like we were all
Yeah.
there by that point. So Rachel comes in, and the 17th house guest is actually not Rachel. She's like house guest number 16. One of the people that are already in there is this like elusive 17. And if you guess who the person is, then they're out. And if you don't, they're a 17th house guest, aka we're going to play a little traders game, like a
Yeah.
1 round traders game. What I
Yep.
don't understand is I feel like this was a lot of effort and energy put into something that was just completely dead in the water by Sunday.
Well, that's kind of why I'm not a big fan when they do like the saboteur and the accomplice because it's never enough to make it like really game changing.
Yeah.
It feels like a homework assignment. Like we're watching them do this
Yes.
homework assignment that's impossible to figure out. They can't rewind their memories and figure out who pressed
Yes.
button. They didn't see her do it, so no one's going to be able to
Amy was
say,
the accomplice, and there was zero risk of her being
yeah,
guessed at any point in
yeah.
time.
And I mean, I
What
think it's
was it going to
almost
happen?
designed. I think it was designed that way because I mean, they were never going to have it where they have someone go through all that and they fail, and then they don't bring
And then
Rachel
they're out.
in,
Yeah.
and like that's the whole thing was I felt like convoluted for no reason. I think it was just a way for them to like have a technicality about Rachel being there, I don't know. I
It
think
gave them a lot of preseason hype.
yeah, that's
And I
pretty much.
think that was what its purpose was. We were always going to have 17 house guests.
Yeah, it was that.
Um,
Yeah, I just didn't think it was necessary at all. Um,
yeah,
I think you could just add Rachel Riley into it and call it a day.
exactly. Yeah.
Or hell,
So
have
the
like
accomplice thing is like gone, or have the accomplice be like a reoccurring role that there's going to be a new accomplice every week. And if you ever guess who the accomplice is that week, then they are automatically eliminated and there's no eviction that week. Like you could literally save your ass off the block if
yeah.
you guessed who the accomplice is.
But again,
You
so
know, like
convoluted. It's like sometimes Big Brother be doing too much. Like
no,
just put
no,
them
I
in the
agree.
front of the
I for the
schoolhouse.
record, as I have always stated, I fucking hate twists. I
Yeah,
hate them all. I
yeah,
don't need any of them. But if you're gonna have this one, like that was a lot of fluff for nothing. We got like zero
yeah.
payout from that. Um,
What did you
but
think about them giving Jimmy the option to choose people to play in the HOH?
yes, thank you. I didn't even need a segue. We're just so in sync. That was the next thing on my
Heck yeah,
notes. I think when I was sitting here thinking like $10,000 versus picking 4 people in the HOH comp, that's not an equitable prize at all. And then it fucking turns out, fast forward to Sunday, because we're still talking episodes here. Turns out, not just $10,000. You get to buy your safety pre-jury up till pre-jury. At any point in time, if you're on the block, 10K. You can't say no. I'm off the block. Boom. Like that is crazy stuff. So if you missed it, you didn't catch that. If you were quite confused, basically Zach won $10,000, and Jimmy won the ability to pick the 4 players, including himself, that would compete in the HOH,
yeah.
making his chances of winning HOH 1 and 4. Zach got $10,000. And then on Sunday, we find that in that $10,000, he can use it at any point in time up until jury to buy himself off the block.
I like it.
I love it. That's a great power to have. But if I'm Jimmy, I'm fucking livid when I find that out, because picking 4 players, how is that equitable?
Well,
Like how
I mean,
are these things?
they don't have
Zach's
to
competition
be,
wasn't harder than Jimmy's.
I mean, they don't have to be equal prizes. I mean, like look at the twist they did with the house guest last year, where like MJ basically just got to take herself off the block, but then Quinn got to take over an entire HOH. Like,
Yeah, I know. But like,
I feel like it's just like a
yeah.
luck of the draw situation, but I
But
do
Jimmy
love.
got no power as of right now. Who knows? They might
Well, I
pull him
feel like
in.
Jimmy. I feel like what Jimmy had was a lot of power. I mean, he's essentially got to choose the first HOH. Like he didn't even have to win it, and he was able to use that, like in the episode, to like be like
Which
make
I
sure.
think would be a really great thing to win if you've been in the game, you know how people compete, and you've already built relationships. But on
Well,
night
what I
one,
don't understand is I don't understand why he chose the people that wanted to compete. So many people told him, "I just want to throw the first HOH." I'm a firm believer in being the first HOH. So if I were Jimmy, I would have been like, "Cool, I'm gonna pick you, and you're gonna throw it to me.
yeah.
Thanks.
But in
I'm
his
gonna go
head
to
too,
a HOH."
not knowing these people, literally not knowing these people, wouldn't you have a sense of anxiety of, am I about to piss off 4 people that told me they didn't want to play?
Well, I would tell them that. Like, I would tell them, like, I want you to throw it to me, because like they were
Okay.
all telling him, I
Mm.
would throw it. Like, if I'm gonna play, I'm gonna like I don't want to win the first HOH. And so it's kind of like, well, do you want to have fun and play in a competition with me where I get to win HOH? That's how I
Yeah.
would play it.
I mean, it was cool, but I'm just saying, I feel like it would have been more powerful if he had any context on these people
Yeah,
or how they compete or anything.
yeah.
Because for all they know, they could be fucking lying and they're like, yeah, no, I'll totally throw it. Put me
I
in,
mean, oh,
coach. Like, it's
absolutely,
fine.
100%.
And then,
Yeah.
like, go balls to the wall and win it. So I don't know. I don't think I don't think those two prizes. I'm not saying that they have to, but that is real. I'd be pissed if I was Jimmy. When I when Jimmy finds this out, like I want the feeds on him
Hmm.
when this is out.
Yeah, I can't imagine
Um,
he'd be happy with the idea of anyone anywhere getting anything.
Imagine if it's Jimmy's HOH. Imagine if it's
Oh
Jimmy's
my God,
HOH
the
and
dream.
he puts Zach up and Zach's like, hey,
Oh.
remember that thing that we both won? Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
Uh,
really like about it? It's the fact that you can bribe the HOH because, like, then you
but
can
is it a
also
bribe
say,
if they can't say no?
well, it kind of, if you play it correctly, you can also use it later and be like, that person already has $10,000.
Okay.
Like, they always use that excuse at some point, you know? And, like, when he first won the 10 grand, I was like, that sucks for Zach, actually, because people will use that as an excuse to
Yeah.
beat you. So
Especially week
now
one.
he can unload that onto someone else of his choosing, save himself from the block, and then be like, well, they already have $10,000. It doesn't matter that I
Yeah.
gave it to them. They're already leaving with money.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be like that because I don't think he thinks that
I think
way.
that exactly. You need like a level of strategic
Yeah.
understanding for that. But yeah, so we going into like Sunday night's episode. So Vince is crowned the HOH. Now I say Vince is crowned the HOH. Um, Vince is the HOH. Just remember that, okay? Because you might forget later. But Vince is the HOH. He is the one on the third row, all the way to the right. He's the unemployed, um, one that's
Mustache
doing his
man.
best. Mustache, beanie. Vince is the HOH, and yeah, he has to nominate three people because the AI arena is back now, known as the BB Blockbuster. Fucking hate this. Um, Hate everything about it. Hated the AI arena last year. I actually had a really good conversation with Quinn about this bullshit. He agrees. This is not great. There is some discord online about whether what the way Julie worded it, if this is a permanent thing throughout the whole season. I do not think that she meant permanent through the season. I think we get this for 4 to 5 weeks. Um, I think it is permanent in the game of Big Brother. I think, given the pretext of what Julie's interviews previously said when she was talking about how veto started as a twist and now it's a staple, in this interview when she's talking about the AI arena returning, she hadn't announced it as the BB Blockbuster yet, but she did talk about the AI arena returning. She also was talking about the context of the veto starting as a twist and becoming a permanent
Yeah.
fixture. So when Julie announced on the premiere that this would be a permanent part of the game, I do not believe permanent as in permanent of the season through every week. I believe it to mean that we will have it every season now.
You know, I was weird about it at first. But I do think in a way Big Brother is evolving all the time. And I do think we were reaching a point where we were hitting that, like, every season having the same kind of strategy. Um, we're having houses that want to vote completely together and not,
Mm-hmm.
split votes at all. So it does kind of add in that extra, like, you can't be as
Oh,
complacent.
the AI arena is 1,000% the fault of BB25, and for
Yes,
that I will never forgive them.
yes.
And their
I wasn't going to
refusal
say
to vote
that,
any other way.
but it is. And I think I think it'll be funner to watch when the house guests figure out strategy around it. Because 26, BB26, I felt like, because Tucker was so boisterously leading the house for so long, no one could get used to how to use BB AI Arena to their, like, advantage, you
But
know?
that's so kind of one of the examples I'm talking about is that when you have a big comp beast like Tucker,
Yeah.
okay, one of your very few moves is to backdoor this person, is to hope to God he doesn't get picked to play in the veto. The house bands together, gets the numbers together to get him out. And that has been, historically speaking, how you get rid of a comp beast who just wins every safety comp. That is that is the beauty of a true
Yeah,
backdoor plan.
for sure.
We've seen seasons and seasons of Comp Beast running away with the game, and I feel like this AI Arena BB blockbuster, this one
Encourages that.
deters those big moves because you're gonna put Tucker up. Fine. Even if you put him up post veto, he still has the AI Arena, and they have yet to do an arena comp that's not incredibly physical.
Yeah.
They're all physical as fuck. So even like there's no
I mean,
crap.
they're like physical, but I wouldn't say they're physical like in a way that's not
They're not like
equitable.
endurance.
Yeah, like
But Mama Fee's not winning BB Blockbuster.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, so one of the things I've been seeing a lot about right now in the on the live feeds, hold on, I'm trying to think if this is even considered a spoiler, so I want to make sure I don't say it prematurely. No, it's not considered a spoiler because we already did nominations.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So with nominations,
No, we talked to. I'm sorry. The noms are. The noms were revealed on Sunday's episode.
yes, which are
And
Ashley,
it's
Amy, and Zay. And
Ashley, Amy, Zay. Yes.
yeah, and I mean the live feeds around those nominations are pretty much everyone being like, well, there's no way Amy or Ashley is going to beat Zay. And like, I don't think that's true. I mean, look at Chemo last year with Matt Hardman. Like, Matt went out first. Like, nobody in the house expected that. They thought he was going to wipe the floor with him. And Chemo won. Um, I do think, and Taryn mentioned this today in his live feed recap, is that I think people are really jumping the gun in the house over the BB blockbuster and thinking that no matter what, Zay's going to win. Nobody else can win. It's 100% going to be Zay. My question is, what people need to change about their strategy for the BBAI arena, and I know that this is counterintuitive to everything that we've been learning on how to play Big Brother. You have to throw in all the comp beasts. Throw in all of them. let them fight for it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get rid of comp beasts? There you go. All right, Zay, Keanu, and Riley, have fun. If you guys win HOH next season or next week, you'll put me up, but you probably won't put me up against other comp beasts. You're going to put me up against the Morgans and the Jimmies, you know what I mean? Because if you isolate the comp beasts early, you force them into an alliance, meaning they'll never put each other up, which means when they are in charge and they are HOH, you are going into the BB blockbuster against non-comp beasts. And anytime a non-comp,
Unless they use each other as pawns,
of course,
which they've done before.
Really risky, yeah. But forcing them into riskier options is still going to be better than letting them control the house in every BB arena. Because right now, people want to put in the two, less competitive, less athletic ones with the most competitive, and it's like, great, now you're getting rid of someone who's a vote for you, someone who like isn't as big of a threat for HOH. Like that was the big move.
Yeah.
Weed out the comp piece early.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't like the twist, but I don't like any twist. So I'm a tough critic when it comes to twists.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. I would love to get into live feeds because I want everyone to listen, everyone listening to like just fucking forget everything we said about these people.
Absolutely.
Just
especially
forget it all. Because holy shit, what are these house guests doing? But as you know, Vince was the HOH and he nominated Zay, Ashley, and Amy. We didn't even touch on Showergate. I'm just going to tell you right now what we learned from the live feeds is Showergate was a big fucking nothing burger that the show, shocker, edited into something much bigger.
I never thought Vince put Ashley up because of Showergate. I felt like he put Ashley up because Amy is like sobbing in his room over the idea of Ashley going up. And he was like, I'm going to hit two birds with one stone and just get out a duo.
So let's be very clear. Vince put
Yes.
up Amy and Ashley because Amy was crying about putting up Ashley in the HOH room. And the reason he's getting these two girls is because he can't touch Rachel because
Yeah.
Rachel has safety for the week along with Will, Ava, and Zach. So
Yes.
right off the bat, there's four people with safety he couldn't nom. Then he had this like safety alliance protection thing of like for the people that participate in the HOH, Ashley was one of them. But I think after Amy came up on her bullshit on the feeds and started like crying to him, like, don't put her up, I love her. You know, he was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
this worries me.
I felt like
And
his
he put her up
original
too.
nominees. And I feel like they're great nominees. Like going with what we
Yeah,
know, I think this is a perfectly fine first round of
week one.
nominees. Now it's between the veto comp and where we are now, where he has lost the plot.
Yes, severely lost the plot. Okay. So the feeds kick on Sunday night. Following the Sunday episode, they've already done the veto comp. The veto comp was Saturday, but I feel it was like 45 minutes to maybe even an hour into the feeds going on before we ever knew who the veto
Yeah.
winner was. They were lit like the feeds kick on. Guys, we've had 6 days and no feeds, and they kick on. These house guests are doing fucking nothing.
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 For the first 30 minutes, they're doing their intro packages around the hot tub. Like we didn't just fucking watch that on
Yeah.
Thursday night
Yes.
or
As if
Sunday.
it's not 6 days in. Like a Petri
Yeah,
dish
exactly.
of house gas in the hot tub.
So I was furious. Okay. Like I was like, I have prepped to stay up all night. Is this what gonna be my evenings gonna be at? Anyway, we offhandedly find out through the kitchen that Ashley has won the veto. Ashley, one of the noms, has won the veto. So she will be coming off of the block. You would think, you would think that we were having more discussions about who that replacement nom would be, but we aren't. We aren't for the longest time. I
Yeah.
mean, it was the longest night of feed watching ever.
Yeah.
Um, and but don't worry, Vince has a number one. He's got a final two with Kelly, and Kelly has a plan. Kelly, little sweet angel baby doll right here that I want to put in my pocket. She said, you know what? Put me up. Put me in, coach. You can put me up. There's no blood on your hands. I'd kind of like it. It sounds fun. That's the only way that you put up a nom that doesn't get bloody. What are you doing? In what universe does this make sense? And I can't for the life of me figure out where she's coming from on this because like is this like she's just so sweet that she gives and like I'm just gonna give my whole fucking game to this man or like what I don't understand. I
No.
don't understand. Sammy, are you seeing something I'm not seeing?
Yes. I think I'm not gonna lie. I'm obsessed with Kelly. I prioritize the feeds that she's on. I feel like I have a really good
Valid.
understanding of Kelly now. So here is what I believe happened. I think she volunteered thinking no one is going to be intimidated by like little old Kelly. At the time that she volunteered, people liked her a lot more. Um, from what I understand, at some point in the 6 days, there was an altercation between Kelly and Amy, and which Kelly told Amy, it's day 6, like get your shit together and like go and campaign for yourself. Like basically being like, what are you doing? Whatever that situation looked like, Amy was very upset and it gave Amy this like weird sympathy wave. So now we are gearing up for the renoms, and Kelly is saying to Vince, never mind, don't put me up because now Amy's like sympathy card is through the roof. Everyone's like comforting her. I won't survive up against her now. So like
Mhm.
don't do that. So please, so she and Keanu were trying to convince Vince to put up
No,
Jimmy.
she did backpedal. She did not
Oh,
backpedal nearly as hard as
no.
she could have.
Yes, she went back and forth like
But she
but
opened this damn box.
of course. Yes. Yes. But also Vince doesn't have to open that box and like
No, I'm equally mad at him. You have someone that is loyal to you. And honestly, if this is truly your final two, the minute she said you could put me up, you should have been like, don't you ever fucking say that to anyone
yes,
ever again in this game. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
That is how he
what?
should have done it. Yes. Instead, it felt like she gave him a bone that he like could not like he could not put down. And
He
it's like,
couldn't. And then to have the whole house telling him, like, no, don't put Kelly up. No, I wouldn't do that. No, don't do that.
yeah,
And then he's like, I don't want to, but I feel like I have to. No, she really like,
but
and Kelly's
why?
like, no, don't. And he's like, but I feel like at this point I have to. But no, you don't, bro. You
Like
literally
even
don't.
the night they put on feeds, I felt like she and Keanu were like working very hard on Vince because he started like crying. And he was like, "You're my," and so then she would be like, "Okay, never mind, I can go up." And it's
Yeah.
like, it was crazy pants.
There were a couple fights that we missed.
Yes.
Vince and Jimmy got into an
Oh,
argument.
yeah.
And then later, we have Jimmy. Let's talk Jimmy for a minute.
I was gonna ask, do you want to go down the Jimmy pipeline first or the
Let's just talk
Keanu?
let's just talk Jimmy in general.
Jimmy in
Jimmy
Jimmy.
in general. Jimmy is a diva. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that as like a generalization of gay men. No.
No,
Jimmy is a performer.
he's like Cruella
He
Deville.
actually talks Jimmy talks on the feeds um about RuPaul's Drag Race a lot and the people that he idolizes on there.
No,
They had a good conversation today about traders, and he was talking about Bob the Drag Queen's bloody gloves and stuff, and like he appreciates the theatrics. If you go and look at Jimmy's socials, like Jimmy could be on RuPaul. Like he gives
yes,
those kind of like cunty looks that we love so much,
yeah,
and he's there for the drama, and I love it so much. I'm here for it. Oh my god, it's
same,
team fun feeds all the way. um
same.
but nobody appreciates more than me Jimmy's flair for the dramatics and as it pertains to this game, and what and how like very surface level and obvious it's just for the dramatics, because he can have this big blow up speech and fight and drama with somebody and then be their best friend in 10 minutes, quite
Yeah,
literally. And I love that. I love that for us, the viewers, the feedsters. I love that for the show. I'm praying to God production really leans in and gives us the edits that Jimmy deserves.
agreed.
Um, but Jimmy, Zay told Jimmy that Keanu called Jimmy, Rachel, and Morgan a snake,
He is.
which he is.
No, hey,
He brought snake.
I love
He
him.
brought snake jewelry, and he is
Yeah, he
planning
is.
on wearing like a snake themed suit to finale. So, yeah, like, but this set Jimmy off, and so Jimmy wanted to give a speech at the veto ceremony. You know, the veto ceremony where Vince, if you remember, is our HOH. Vince is the HOH. We have some renoms. I'm going to go to the next slide. You can see that our noms are Kelly, Zay, and Amy. Jimmy has nothing under his picture because he is not the veto holder. He is not the HOH. He is not the noms, but he has planned a speech. And he did give said speech. We wouldn't know because the feeds were down, but everyone's talking about it afterward, where he gave this big, drawn out, basically blow up on Keanu. They've already kissed and made up and hugged it out, and they are good bros. That seems really genuine. But that is Jimmy. That is what we are getting every minute of every day with Jimmy on the feeds.
Yeah. I love it. I love a good villain. Like especially like a caricature one.
Yes.
When it comes to winning probability though, I think he has about a 3% chance of winning. Um as much as I like him, I don't think he's being villainous in a strategic way. And I think that's the part that he's missing.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of our favorite BB villains are fun villains because they were good at the game as well.
Yes.
So I think that he is focused a little bit too much on this role that he wants to play. I think he's focused too much on usurping Rachel. It's giving, I want to be your best friend, but secretly, like, I hate you and I want you gone so that I can be the center of attention, which respect as someone
Yes.
who loves attention. There's no judgment from me, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. But I do worry that he's almost like getting a little ahead of himself. I feel
Hmm.
like I was watching the live feeds when he marched out of the diary room, looking like prison Mike from The Office, like sunglasses and bandana, um, stomping through the
Not
house,
prison
and,
Mike.
like pulling Rachel aside and practicing his god awful speech. And it's like, Jimmy, I love this, but you're missing one crucial thing here: strategy. Because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if I was in that house and Keanu was talking about me the way that Keanu was talking about Jimmy, I literally wouldn't say a damn thing because Keanu wasn't looking strategic or good. He
Hmm.
was driving everyone crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and it's one of those things that I feel like if you just don't pay attention to it, it can never have power in like a real way. And just let, I mean, it's, I just don't, I can't imagine looking at how Kiana was moving these past few days and being intimidated by it at all.
Yeah.
I think we should have
Keanu
just,
was literally almost on the block. The
yeah,
only reason Keanu wasn't put up as the replacement nom is because of Rachel.
yeah. And
Um,
honestly, I think when, what the hell's his name?
Vince, Jimmy.
Jimmy. I literally, Jimmy's name like fell out of my brain.
Yeah.
When Jimmy went to Vince's HOH room, like before the veto ceremony, I thought he was going to go in there and be like, you really should put it Keanu. Like, here's why, and do one
I
final
mean, he
push.
did.
He did it in a way of like, I feel like because he was so theatrical about the whole like, I'm going to throw my glasses and like do this. I feel like the conversation was way more based about, or way more focused on Jimmy's upcoming scene than it was the actual game
Yes.
parts, and that's where it got lost.
Yes. Um, Keanu almost made his way on the block.
Yeah,
It was a possibility. Rachel, mother is mothering. She is doing a beautiful job, by the way. Rachel got in there and talked to Vince, talked him off that, down from Keanu, and then immediately went to Keanu in the gym is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like she straight up told him, she's like, you're doing too much. Quit playing telephone and play Big Brother.
yeah,
I selfishly need you here because you're a personal trainer. I need personal training. So I'll train you on Big Brother, whatever. You could get me into shape, but calm the fuck down. Um, and he was like, okay. She's like, yeah, well, all of this is going to land you in hot water. It's not working for you. You were almost out of here. I got it under control. You just need to cool your jets. And she basically did the same thing to like Vince
yeah,
and Jimmy. She keeps having these conversations where she's just like, and they seem to like, even though Vince and Jimmy are very much like Rachel needs to go, they're still taking her advice and
yeah,
listening to her. And I feel like if she continues this up, like, hey, I know you want me out, but I'm going to tell you, like, I'm going to give you my 2 cents because that's kind of what I do for a living. Um, if she keeps playing that, like, I'm just being transparent with you, like, I don't work with you in this game, but like, selfishly, I'd rather this person go,
yeah.
whatever. Like, if she keeps playing it the way she's playing it, I could absolutely, like, this is the perfect strategy for her.
Well, so first of all, seeing Rachel on the feeds is surreal.
And
Icon, legend. There's like not enough adjectives in the world to express my level of respect and gratitude to have Rachel Riley on Big Brother. That being said, every day when people are like, "Oh my God, Rachel made this masterful social move," it's giving a lot like, "Oh my God, LeBron James just dunked on a high schooler. Isn't that amazing?" And
yes,
it's like,
yes.
Yeah. Like, of course, like
Now,
I
I
expect her
as
to do
somebody who like covered and was a live feeder, and I was doing evaluations of this game for season 19. Okay.
it. Hmm.
Um, same similar dynamics as in like having one vet and a bunch of newbies.
Yeah.
Paul was not doing anything impressive socially. He didn't have to. That's not his fault. He didn't have to. They just like
Yeah.
worship that. No one was talking about getting him out except for Jess
Yeah.
and Cody. No one was uttering his name. They were all like, I'm his number one. I'm his number one. Like it was embarrassing. That's not
Yeah.
the case in this house. Rachel does have people coming after her. She is having to play this a certain way.
Yeah. For sure.
And I feel like I can't think of a better way to play than the way she's playing right now.
No, that's absolutely true. It when it comes to, I mean, she's easily playing the best in the house. Um,
Absolutely.
I mean, that's like, but again, that's what I would expect. I mean, she
Yeah.
does this professionally. Like,
I do think
um,
that she will not be I don't see her winning the season.
I don't either. I really don't. And
Um I think that there are just one too many like people still not mystified and still like very hyper
like
aware
Kelly,
of yeah, Kelly being one for sure. Um
look, I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. Kelly's winning Big Brother 27. She is.
okay. I'm
It's
gonna
gonna
hold on.
be
I need to mark
Kelly's
this
back
because I'm
final
gonna
two.
pull this little clip.
Yep.
Okay.
Kelly is
Um,
winning Big Brother 27. I'm telling you. Hmm.
I mean, listen, Kelly's not buying it, and for that, mad props, mad kudos. She
Look,
just broke some very essential cardinal don't do this in Big Brother rules for me.
that is
So
correct. But she did try to rectify them. But I will say this: the narrative about Kelly in the house on Sunday night is vastly different from the narrative that is currently existing with Kelly. Because on Sunday night,
this is true.
I mean, Keanu literally said to her, like, the house guests don't like you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. And since then, she has been up everyone's butthole. And like in a way that's like she sat down and had like a 2 hour conversation with Riley where he was just foaming at the mouth about everything. And
Hmm.
she was able to validate everything he was saying, make him feel more secure in like their relationship while also like completely manipulating what he was talking about. Like, and weirdly enough, she like flirts with everyone too. She's like a bit of a, I think Adrian has a crush on her. Riley said that
Ooh,
Riley said Kelly is playing the best game in the house.
okay.
It's not saying
Riley,
like it's coming from
Riley
Riley.
is has been surprising me on the feeds a little bit. Morgan. We didn't really talk. What I will say on Morgan, that snake comment is really getting to her. And it worries me.
They took it so personally.
She took it very personally. She's dwelling on it. She's
Yeah.
been talking about it nonstop on the feeds. It makes me very, she seems to be very, very, very concerned with what people think of her. And that does not bode well for this game. So I am worried. I need her to refocus. I need Mother Rachel to shake her and have make her have one of her aha moments that Rachel's just been dishing out across the house. Um, Morgan has me a little worried with how she's hyper fixating on stuff.
Yep.
Um,
Although I
outside
do
of
love
that,
her banter with Jimmy.
what?
I love her banter with Jimmy. They're just constantly
Oh
arguing.
gosh, yeah.
Like they're supposed to be
I
allies,
was
but they are
glued.
constantly bickering.
Yes, glued. And then in the kitchen day, I had a really cute moment with Rachel. Mickey and Rachel seem to be getting really close, and I love that. They had a little cooking
Yep.
show today, and it was really fun. There was a fun conversation for Rachel fans out there. There was a great combo. I hope someone like pulls the clip. But Rachel talks about her evolution and like who she was in season 12 and then who she was in 13 and how that compares to the who she is now.
Heck
And it
yeah.
was just really Mickey had some great questions for her, some great interview questions, but it was mostly like, besides your kids, what has changed you the most? And just hearing Rachel talk about like her insecurities and like the type of person that made her so polarizing in season 12, and then like her safe space with Brendan in season 13, that she was a little bit more dialed back, but not quite there because she was still struggling with some stuff. And like she goes into some details. And I just feel like Rachel's very, very self-aware. We have always known this if you've ever kept up with interviews from her. But I'm very excited to see. We're not going to get grab a life vest bloaters. We're not going to get a Rachel Reagan screaming match again. Like, we're not going to get that Rachel, but the Rachel that we are getting is equally as iconic. And it's been, I've been glued. I can't get anything done.
She's also encouraging everyone to be their best, like their worst selves. Like Jimmy was like, I'm going to make you think about this. And she was like, you absolutely should do that.
Yeah. And then we'll look at the camera and be like, she's feeding us. She's and she'll even say, she's not like straight out, flat out lying. She's like, oh, that would make great TV. Well, and then like shooting looks at the camera.
Yeah, she knows that's how to get him to like do it.
Riled up. Yes. Yeah. She knows his buttons. Do you have anything else before we get into our Q&A? We have some questions from some listeners, but I know you.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I know this is a very long episode. Thank you guys for still sticking with us.
But
I know.
Another day.
But I do want to, I did ask you guys on TikTok if you had any questions. We're going to start with Lucas, who we love Lucas. Lucas wants to know, who in the coming weeks do you think Rachel should be aligning with herself more? I'll let you go first.
I am foreseeing a woman powerhouse alliance. I think if Amy stays this week, Rachel pulling in Mickey and Ashley would like really round her out more.
Yes. Do you think she's going to try to work on Kelly any, or is that a lost cause?
I think it really depends on how Kelly navigates the rest of her time on the block. I haven't caught up on my feed since like 2 p.m. today, so I have a lot of catch up to do. But I kind of want them to be enemies.
I want that too. But for Rachel's game, I think that Rachel does recognize that Kelly is not, like, Kelly was wanting her out. So I need Rachel to like try to at least mystify her a little bit.
I really want Kelly to win the BB Blockbuster. Like, I'm rooting for it in my soul. I'm going to make a vision board.
As it stands right now, I would say up to 30 minutes before we started recording, Kelly is at the most risk for going home this week, followed by Zay, and then Amy. Amy is currently the most protected. However,
Amy should
right before we started recording, some conversations have been happening that are kind of calling out the threat level Amy poses. So I feel like things have the potential to waffle tomorrow for Waffle Wednesday. So we shall see.
It's first. We are going to get a Waffle Wednesday for sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think Rachel's
for that
overtime, and so is Kelly, I think.
Absolutely. All right. Our next question comes from Zippy Water. Do you think Morgan and Jimmy could be related? No. I don't think any of Jimmy's triplets are in the house.
I agree. There's no way they would put multiple of him in one house. It's like too much.
No. And we would already be hinted at it by now. They'd be teasing. Petonius Maximus wants to know, what are y'all's thoughts on battlebacks, pre-jury or jury? I despise them. To my core.
I don't fully despise battlebacks. I do think they should be before jury. Because that's crazy. I would rather a battleback because you have to earn your place back in than another twist we had where Jack was evicted and then just got to walk right back in.
Zombie week?
Yeah. No, that wasn't zombie week.
Well,
the power that Matt had to bring back like an evicted houseguest.
That's horrible. Yeah. No, I am a purist in that Big Brother is both equally competitions and social. And if you found yourself in a position to not win yourself off the block or get yourself the votes to get off the block, then you should never have the chance to win the game in that season. Like you lost on 2. It is a equally competitive and social game. And if you find yourself evicted from the house, that means that you lost both competitively and socially. I don't
Yeah.
think that there's any redemption there. Like
Well,
I personally hate
historically,
battlebacks.
yeah,
And thank
historically, it
fucking
only
God we're not
happened.
getting one this season.
No, as long as AI Arena exists, we won't be getting battlebacks, which, in my opinion,
I
rightfully
mean,
so.
if I
I
had to
feel like
choose
they,
between battlebacks and AI Arena, which I just told y'all I hated, I'd choose AI Arena.
yeah, for sure, 100%.
Oh.
Yeah, I get it.
Have people come back from battlebacks that I wanted to come back personally? Absolutely. But I'm a Big Brother snob in the fact that like
I'm a Big Brother snob too.
you shouldn't be
You're
back
a
in
big
the
boy.
game.
Yeah,
I'm happy you are because I love you, but you shouldn't be here.
I agree.
So that's
Yeah.
just how I feel on that.
No, no, I totally agree.
But yeah, so that is it. That is what we have for the day. Thank you guys if you are still listening. I appreciate you. We love you so much.
Heck yeah.
I promise we will condense these down, but we just had so
Yeah.
much to cover for 2 episodes, a new cast, and getting it jumping off point. But you can catch us next Monday. And we do have some special guests lined up for this season. We've been making moves and making relationships, and I promise we will have some very special guests joining us throughout the season. So please stay tuned for that. Make sure you like and subscribe, and please leave us comments on the YouTube video. We really appreciate the engagement as we are still trying to grow this channel. So with that, make sure you are following us on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the places. You can find us at Sarah Talks Reality. And are you still Ghostbuster Sammy, or do I need to change my banner from last season?
No, I mean on TikTok I come up as Ghostbuster Sammy and as
There
like
you go.
GG with Sammy or something stupid. But
Yeah.
everyone calls me. I mean, it's Ghostbuster Sammy. It's like always been my thing.
Perfect. So yeah, find us, turn on alerts, hit all the buttons, hit all the things, share us with your
Yeah.
friends. But thank you guys so much, and we love y'all, and thanks for sticking in here.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.